Hey, how about that? Didn't even know that. Alright, howdy. So, today, we're gonna go ahead and do more Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII, running around as Vincent Valentine, alongside Yuffie, and Cloud, and Reeve, and all the gang of Final Fantasy VII. And I think it's taking place 3 years after Final Fantasy VII ends, so this is 1 year after Advent Children, if you care about that big scoping lore and all that jazz. I've been having fun with it. Last time we streamed it, I want to say we got about halfway through, maybe a little bit less. But the big fun we had with it is just how freaking ridiculously emo this game is. It is very, 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 very 2006. So it's a good time. As far as Japanese shooters go, they're doing what they could. Back in 2006, they were not good. But, you know, I mentioned in the last stream that they did speed it up a little bit for the US release, so that helps. But beyond that, Goya is still very upset by the fact that we're playing this game. When everything else in the world that exists, why oh why would you be going back to Square Enix at this point. Go back to Square Enix trying to make a shooter at a time when, well, let's be honest, I mean, now at this point they've gotten the action RPG thing down, but back then they had no clue, because this predates Final Fantasy XII by a little bit. It's got a theme song by Gact, as you see on the screen. You know, as they joke around a couple times before in the series about how Gact is basically in every game because they just Nomura decided to use him as the design for all his characters, it seems like. So, minus all the belts and zippers, but whenever you look at the fancy hair of, say, like Zell, Dinkt in Final Fantasy VIII, and a couple other characters are very Gact-esque. So, I believe he actually makes an appearance in this game as a villain of sorts. I haven't played it since 2006. Maybe I played technically in 2007, but it's definitely not very strong in my memory about what goes on in this freaking game. So it's been a fun discovery getting back to everything, and relearning it wasn't too bad. The story is definitely taking me for a loop, though. This game is older than you. I wasn't gonna say anything. You might not hit the age rating for playing. So far, let's see. So chapter select. So I got a prologue, slash chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 in the Silent City, where I met some anime-ass professor lady, saved some kid, and then fought some armored guy, who I'm sure will be back, as it was pointed out. Chapter 4, and this is where I'm at. So the WRO, World Restoration Order, is being attacked. Good to see you, Edgy. How is life? How are things? Welcome to the chat to hang. Goya's here as well. I'm not sure if you already saw him poking his head about, but usually these streams I do not do by myself. There's almost always a cat. And to say playing a action RPG shooter from 2006 made by a Japanese developer is a poorly optimized experience is a very nice way to put this. Let me switch my guns. My hunger cravings are getting intense. Well, yeah, you have gotten it down to the point of where you eat, what, like 400 calories a day now or something? I mean, I think it's effectively been 4 days since you've had food at this point, is what I just always assume. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but this game is effectively, this is the inspiration for Splatoon, whether you realize it or not. Without this game, there would be no Splatoon, including the red exploding barrels. Oof, I am going to die. Let me eat some... No, I don't want spirit rations. Shit. I'll throw some materia at these guys. I don't want to use an elixir. Don't want to use a Phoenix down. I have no healing potions. That's good. 30 pounds. Is your end goal to effectively be blown away with a strong wind? Ooh, card key. Staple of every good video game ever. Red potion. I don't know what that does. I'm assuming that heals me. Let's see if I can use that. Yes, heals. Good. Like to be able to fly. Well, my good friend, let me introduce you to mescaline, or perhaps LSD? That'll take care of you real quick. None of that fancy weight loss either. Well, what the fuck? If you guys were up here, why didn't you just help me? This game's infuriating sometimes. No card key. Yes. Yes, they are. I was trying to quote Matrix. Gosh darn you. I am very bad at that. Early in the film, it is stated that it is the only way to fly, which I believe was mescaline. It's been a while since I've watched and or paid attention to that, though. I am also super square, so I'm speaking purely from a I've seen it in a movie standpoint. Yeah, me either. Good. We're on the same page. Same boat. Ha. We are the same page. You're edgy and I'm not. Sorry, I've got bad jokes. Really bad jokes. Ah, bunny rabbit. Yeah, follow the white rabbit. Ooh, potion. That healed me for almost nothing. Alright, so I don't even think I have a card key, but I might be able to go up the staircase now. Alright, good. Follow the goth chick. That was... I need to go back and rewatch that movie now. Recontextualize with everything that we know at this point. I think it was about 2 years ago I watched it. It was a breakdown by Movie Bob, like just kind of went over, you know, it being, equivalent to the trans experience, and, just showing a lot of the parallels. Yo, what's up, Canonical? So I would be interested to rewatch it since, with that additional side of things. Jesse, howdy hi. Yes, my streams are back in full force, so I have changed a smidge, which is an official measurement of size. Changed a smidge, so now I'm looking to start doing Wednesdays and Saturdays from 7:30 onward. So FYI, if you want to do that. And I'm not super awesome with Twitch. I know there's some way where you can get notifications whenever I do go live. There's like a bell icon or something like that. Always kicking ass. Forget if her arm is actually damaged or she just likes to, like, go Ronin style, like freaking, what the hell's his name? Orin from Final Fantasy X. Really that good series. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of watching... I know it's not popular to say so, but I really hate watching pieces that just obliterate media, whether it be movies or games. Like the Angry Video Game Nerd, I absolutely hate watching that stuff. I don't really dig it. So yeah, anything that's actually diving to something, why is it good, or why you should check it out, or giving a little bit more introspective as to what's going on with it, that is far more my jam. So I forget who linked the Movie Bob one when I saw that. Why can't I go? It says open. It's not opening. The trans narrative is in there. I wish Switch was allowed to be trans in the film. Yeah, I do remember hearing about that with Switch. That originally that was part of the design. Thank you, Goya. Oh yeah, I've Matrix 4. The story is done. What do you mean the story is done? What are you getting at, Paige? Do you have insider information? Were you there on set? do you know what happens with Matrix 4? But yeah, Jesse, I'm never content. So something is always changing. Whether it be stream, camera angle, Goya chewing on my mouse pad. Let's take that distraction away for you. There you go, bud. Let's not eat things that are made of material not good for your cat tummy. But I definitely changed a lot of the UI as well, so. I don't know, it seems a little bit corny, but I added the little fake TV nonsense, so, you know, which I guess I can point that way. So I added the fake TV, the shadow, the background, repositioned a lot of stuff. Played with my lighting, so now I'm getting semi professional / hobby-esque. So I've got proper lighting set up. I've got my proper Yeti Blue microphone. So I'm having a good time with it, though. I've really enjoyed my time hanging out with everyone on stream. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw some money at this. That way I can do things proper for y'all, and then play for you with you some of the worst games available on PS2. I joke. This game isn't as bad as I thought. Yes, I have whatchamacallit, Galaxy Buds. So I got them with my phone for a very cheap discount. Or steep discount, I guess is the technical way to look at it. But either way, I got them at on the cheap. So I decided, hey, that is a much better look for the stream than me having these giant ass cans on all the time, and then half my head is missing. So I don't know. I dig it. It's also just a little bit easier. Like right now during this insane heat wave that's going through everywhere. Instead of keeping my ears in this little hot box, now for the most part they breathe free. Just a little bit of coverage, if you will. Stupid lady. Do one of you people have the card key or something? So what's been going on in this game so far is a lot of Final Fantasy nonsense. More so than normal, because it's not even run by the normal people that I'm used to seeing. Vincent was minding his own business, hanging out in calm. Shit went down. A bunch of Deepground soldiers, these people that I'm attacking right now, or are attacking me for that matter, they attacked the town. They started kidnapping people. They're looking for people that were corrupted or had something going on with them. So if you're corrupted, more or less, they would just kill you. And if you were pure, I think, and then they would start kidnapping some other people. So some people got kidnapped, some people got killed. A lot of bad's going on, and Deepground is a part of Shinra, which is no bueno, that has been experimenting on people, and I have some... Ooh, I have a lot of dead going on is what I got. Ooh, I'm not going to survive. Where's that elixir? I shouldn't have used it, but whatever. See, I don't understand where they can go with Matrix 4. It makes no sense, especially with the same actors. Trinity died twice and stayed dead once. Well, I mean, Neo died a couple times too, and they do have a lot that they can go on. Like, there's assumptions that it's later in the story, that this takes place after Revolutions are reloaded. Alright, saving the commissioner. But, I mean, this could always be a prequel. I mean, you think about it, there were how many screens that were showing Neo where he's gone through, and then you gotta bring back the architect and vis-a-vis and all these... God damn it. So there's always the potential to expand it back on, like, hey, what's going on with these other Neos and these other Trinities? Yeah, as much as I don't want it to be a prequel, they could always do that. Or they could frame it as it appears like it is a prequel, but then switch it up midway through. I don't know. Oof. It could be one of those situations where they play with expectations a lot. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to enjoy it either way. I planned on watching... Originally, Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 were set to come out on the same day, which would have been awesome to have a Keanu Reeves double feature. But then, like, the world got a cough or something. I don't know. Something happened. and they couldn't do it, so. Prequel can be something, yeah. I really hope it isn't a prequel, but who knows? I mean, they just know throw Matrix at it and get some money. Hey, it's Reeve and Little Reeve.
Don't worry, I'll be fine here. But Vincent, the Sviets, Azul is still on the loose.
Sviets. Azul and Rosso the Crimson. Really? That's all I had to do was gun these people down and I'm done? Alright. Oh, that's all good, man. You can just hang out and listen. The music in this game is a little bit different than I remembered it being. Like, there's some smooth, jazzy tone going through it. On top of the action and the dun 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 dun. But yeah, I mean, by all means, hang out. Or don't hang out, or set up some VR. All that good stuff. I'm excited, I haven't actually used my VR, Quest 2, Oculus Quest 2, in like a month. But I'm excited. I lost the cord for a minute to charge it and found it, even though it's just a straight USB-C. I just don't want to damage it with like amp ratings and all that jazz. But I saw Bithell Games is releasing a VR space game where you are assembling gadgets and playing with them. Comes out sometime in July, so I meant to look more into that later. I just forgot about later. I watched Loki before jumping on the stream, and I just barely squeezed that in. So afterwards, I'm going to go back and watch that. But Bithell Games has always been an indie studio that I'm very fond of. Azul the Azure. But so Bithell Games are known most notably for Thomas Was Alone. Was the first game that they put or released out commercially that I'm aware of. But then other games that fall in line with that are John Wick Hex. I want to say is the second most recent game that they put out, which that was a blast. I've played that a good chunk, a couple hours, and I have not played yet. They put out something Solitaire Conspiracy. Haven't messed with that. Apparently it is like the card game Solitaire with a fun narrative twist to it. So I haven't got to check that out. But their other big game that I spent a lot of time with was Volume. And what that is it's effectively Metal Gear Solid-esque, like Fanfare. Uh-oh, Mr. Otis and Co. I think I know who that is. I've got a new follower. Thank you for following. It's basically Danganronpa. I've never played Danganronpa, so I don't know anything about it. What else does Bithell Games done? They did the circular games. Quarantine Circular. Oh no, damn it, I forget the names of those. I'm so awful. But they're effectively like visual novels done today, and they were fantastic. The first one was with robots. Welcome to Costco, I love you. I forgot to wear my red shirt to make this officially a Costco stream. Swiftly eliminate. Welcome. For everyone that has been joining, if you did not see already, we are playing a 2006 action RPG shooter from the likes of Square Enix, which puts out Final Fantasy, which this is a Final Fantasy game, in title, and almost in nothing else. Like, the characters are here, but like, man, you could not get any further from a Final Fantasy game than sitting in a turret, gunning people down in a facility, as a vampire. Oh my goodness, this is not ideal. Oh, I'm so gonna die. I meant to Game Shark this shit before I started streaming, but basically I just got lazy and I couldn't find easy access to codes, so then I just decided not to try and find codes, because it gets kind of tough. I'm using tilt controls. Have any Final Fantasy games ever used tilt controls? Because they should. I think I'm going to use a limit breaker just to heal. So I get to transform into this giant beast thing. And if there were enemies, I could smack them around as this werewolf vampire dude who changes Coke? I didn't think he has Coke, but maybe that's why I got amped up. But my cloak is now wrapped around my waist and is hiding my shame. Crystal Chronicles, technically. Huh. I don't think I ever played that. I forget the... Because I remember that got, like, announced with Wii. Wolf Dong. Wolfman has nards. That's a nice little throwback. Ooh, and he can do somersaults. But, question is... Oh, Wolfman is no more. Now I'm just a little old Vincent now. Teen goth heartthrob. But the Crystal Chronicles on Wii, I never played that. I remember it being announced with the Wii. And being super excited because I loved Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube. And then I just never played it. Because the Wii was trash. Sorry. Oh, Crystal Chronicles invented Control's gameplay before Control. Okay, I'm intrigued. What are we talking about? I've never played Control. That's on my docket for games to play. I just had a coworker, no, not a coworker, my neighbor, who's telling me that I needed to play Control today, actually. Yeah, sounds like I really missed that one. Ooh, a shop. You need to play Control today. Is that what my neighbor told me? Or is that what you're telling me? I mean, because both could be accurate, to be honest. Buy 2 potions. And he tells 2 friends, and he tells 2 friends. And so on, and so on. Alright, so we bought our potion. So now I feel like I'm less likely to die all over the place, which is good. Yeah, I don't actually know much about Control other than it's super sci-fi looking. It looks slick as hell. Actually, I genuinely want to play Scarlet Nexus because the psychic stuff in the demo was really fun. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about that game so far. It looks really nice. Yes, very red color palette. I think Scarlet might indicate that there's some red going on with that game. Yeah, apparently Control is the thing to do. I need to get on that. I know it's not even that old at this point. I was originally waiting for... I bought it on sale, and then they almost immediately afterwards announced that, hey, by the way, this will be PS5 compatible, or a version will be coming out. So then I decided I'm just going to wait and play that on PS5, and here I am now whining about how I have not played it yet. So, yes, I do need to get to it sooner than later. So it is on my short list of games to play. I do own it, which, you know, how often is that the case where we all own the games we want to play, but we don't actually play the damn things. Because, you know, part of me is almost thinking, like, I just want to play Grand Theft Auto 5 again now. See how that looks on the PS5. Yeah, I've heard a tiny bit about it on podcast. Like, something to do with iconography and an anchor that's an anchor is an anchor, and I don't know. It sounds like heady bullshit, which I enjoy myself some heady bullshit. So I'm definitely down for checking that out. Handful of games I haven't played simply because I feel basic wouldn't do it justice. Yeah, I hear you on that, Canonical. Because I fell into that where there was a lot of stuff where it was late PS4 that, like Ghost of Tsushima is one of those where it's like, oh, I bet that's going to look amazing with ... And ... was like, hey, when I get a new TV, I bet it'll look amazing on that. And then I got the new TV, and then I was like, well, maybe I should play it on PS5. And then, so, you know, Ghost of Tsushima, by the time I get to it, we'll have a Game of the Year edition with 50 billion things added to it. That's why you got a Pro. No, Edgy, you are a Pro. There's a difference. Come on now. So are you still playing Splatoon? Because I feel like I haven't heard you mention Splatoon in quite some time. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not ooh material. I am not a professional ooh-ooer. Ooh. Can't even say it right now. Did you finally beat Splatoon? Did you get to the final boss? Did you beat the final boss? The Super Squidder? Oh my god. I don't even think you're kidding about that. 5,000 hours, dude? I hope you're kidding. Are you kidding? I don't think you're kidding. Ugh, I hate this part of old games. I'm so spoiled where I like having a map that shows me exactly in great detail where I need to be going, or indicators. Alright. God, that's crazy, dude. 4,000 hours on 2 games. That's pretty much how much time I've put into Theatre of them. Just kidding. I've only put in like 300 hours on that now. Oof. I think that barrel did me more damage than him. What do you mean 0 damage? Stupid robots. You mean I have to be tactical with my shooter? What the hell am I supposed to do with you guys? I don't have the patience for this. Yeah, I don't even know how you got that. Like, Splatoon is such a hard game for me to enjoy. Granted, I did not play Splatoon 2. I played Splatoon 1 a lot. By a lot, I mean probably like 50 hours, and I feel like that was enough time to get a good feel for it. Oh, goody, I used magic to kill them. If you notice me kind of like sideways, it's because Goya is like on the screen right now. Turn motion. I hate the motion control in those games. And all games. I don't think I've ever played a game where motion controls have made the game better. As you can tell, I was a big fan of the Wii. Card key. Actually, now that we're talking about it, this game came out the same year as the Wii. How about that? So this could have been a Wii game. Could have been. If it could handle anything. I feel like PS2 games look better than freaking Wii games do sometimes. I played Red Steel a bit. Legend of Zelda on... what is that one? Yeah, I know, I'm very upset too. Yeah, that I can't remember the... oh, Twilight Princess. That was another one that I played, but, I really don't remember anything beyond that. It was a good time, though. The little bit of time that I played with, that specific Zelda. I meant to play, they put it out on the Wii U, Sans motion control, I thought. I just never got around to playing it. Alright, let's go in here and see if this is a boss. No, this is not a boss, Goya. Why are you stirring so much right now, dude? Alright. I have a feeling that the shop right before the scary looking room indicates that there's definitely a boss. So let's get our potion on. And let's go shooty in here. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's definitely a boss. Oh. Cats, man. Uh-oh. You're about to get shanked.
Don't move. Very perceptive of you.
I knew it.
I was thinking that too. It's Snake.
Shulk.
It's Snake as a small child.
I have no acquaintances in the WRO.
We both changed so much.
Is that your sister? Oh, this is so Japanese.
No, you haven't changed at all.
God, she looks like a Kingdom Hearts character.
in
Not
10
her.
years.
Yeah, you're definitely a Kingdom Hearts character.
Shulk, it's me. Shalua. I've been searching for you for so long.
She's got a monkey
Don't take
tail.
another step.
Uh-oh.
Shulk.
It doesn't matter who I am or who you are. My current mission as a Deepground soldier is all that is relevant.
Mm-hmm. The mission.
No.
The greater
it does
good.
Matter. Even though 10 years have passed, you're still Shulk, my only sister.
Bam! Japan. Time to waver.
10 years. Has it been that long? The day they came to take me away, I was told I had potential. But those words were nothing but a precursor to a decade of suffering. They manipulated my mind until I was a shadow of my original self. The pain, the fear. For 10 years I lived in a hell far deeper than any you could imagine.
Gamora?
But look at me. I should be 19 this year. If I don't receive my daily dose of Mako, this body wouldn't last a day. However, I don't consider myself the least bit unfortunate. Except that for so long I held on to a foolish thread of hope that someday someone would come to save me.
God damn it, Paige.
Shulk. I'm so sorry.
It's time to put the past behind us.
Stop this!
Reeve to SD.
So, you are Shalua's younger sister.
Excellent. Now I can terminate both of you at once.
Look at her! That's the price Shalua has paid fighting Shinra for the past 10 years.
What, the lab coat?
She has given more than her arm, more than her eye. She has put her life on the line, time and time again.
Why is this clothing impractical? What are you talking about? I'm sure people cosplays this all the time.
Her organs have been reconstructed. Not a day goes by when Shalua doesn't suffer the pain of 100 souls. But
Don't be jealous you didn't think of it first.
I've heard enough.
What's wrong with the rod holders?
Stop!
Is he really gonna short circuit her? Or is he just adding dramatic effect? Fancy technology can't hold up to a little bit of water. I love that
Vincent,
I just stood there the entire time doing nothing during this touching family reunion. Just awkwardly watching like some fucking creeper. Goddamn vampires. Koya. Hi.
use these.
Oh yes, potions and phoenix downs. Or are you giving me explosive barrels?
Shulk? Shulk!
Don't worry. The bullets will only sedate her. Let Vincent handle this.
And JK, they're explosive bullets. What's wrong with the pointed shoes, man? That was a thing. Oh, Jesus. Can't we just turn the water back on? Oh, I forgot I got a machine gun. Fuck yeah, this bitch is going down. Except I can't lock onto her. That's annoying. I just think you're hating on style, Edgy. I'm just saying, like, don't go hating just because they're fancy with the way that they hold their electric, non-electric poker sticks and my sweet brass shoes. Next thing I know, you're going to be upset that my cape somehow becomes a loincloth as I transmutate. Bam, I don't even have to restyle it. That shit just stays right in place. You bastard. My brass shooters. That sounds like a problem for HR. Yes, Jesse, we're going to need you to step into our office, please. We've heard some comments about your brass shooters. Would you like to elaborate on what exactly you mean by this? Because Luann down in accounting is, she's filed a formal complaint about these brass shooters you're speaking of. That is quite unfortunate. I'm gonna have to ask you to. You're gonna need to turn your badge in. And it's okay if you leave your pants here as well. Oh, I'm shooting. So I've been shooting her with real bullets, but then that one trank is what does her in. Good morning, America. Ugh. We should never wish that on anyone. Not the being shot and tranquilized, because that's awesome. But I meant the being on Good Morning America. It's quite unfortunate. Hydrate, people. Especially in this fucking heat, dude. I'm so miserable right now with this weather. It's just so damn muggy, which doesn't help. I'm from the Midwest. That's what we say about everything. It'd be nice if it wasn't for the humidity. Yeah, it's bad everywhere. I forget where you're at exactly. I know it's somewhere in Canada, but I don't remember if you're East Side Canada, Middle Canada, or West Side Canada.
We meet again.
East Canada.
Answer me this. Do you know why you even exist?
Do you know why you exist?
Just as I thought. Ignorant to your own destiny. Very well. I'll show you what you really are.
What?
You think that toy can penetrate my armor?
His shield's over 9,000.
Enough of the games, Vincent.
Give me the proto-materia.
Vincent, over here.
Sorry, I think go ahead and knock the camera around a bit.
You can't run.
Oh, do I have to fight this blue dude too, or am I just literally running? Oh, I'm just literally running.
Vincent.
Since when did I become Link and I don't know how to talk? Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is turning into a really bad Michael Bay flick, isn't it? I don't even know where to go with this.
You shouldn't leave those things lying around.
Dude, I wish I could tell you. Like, technically we're a couple hours into the game, but I still don't know. Apparently nothing. I think I saw this in Akira. They try shooting it with a tank bullet and then it just doesn't do anything. He didn't have a gun a second ago, did he? What are you gonna do, Vincent?
Well done. You have broken through my barrier.
This ends here.
That entire segment was wholly unnecessary. He's got a barrier. Run! Oh, look, a gun. Oh, he no longer has a barrier. I love Japanese video games so much. I don't want to run. I want to blow you up. Azul the Cerulean, which is another... Ah! Come on, Vincent. Oh, I'm supposed to jump over that. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. Is that it? That was the weirdest boss encounter I've ever seen.
You may think this is the end, but
Where did that gun come from? It's 3 times the size of him. Every time they showed it, it grew more. What are you talking about, Jesse? This is how all PS2 games looked. I mean, this is like... Probably. So I probably shouldn't leave that gun lying around, huh?
Nibelheim.
wait,
Shinra Manor? But that is where...
but that is where...
Sephiroth.
Understood.
Or Hojo.
However, be on your guard. We have reports of Deepground units deployed in that area. If you wish to enter the manor in one piece, I suggest you use the sewer system extending from the old Mako reactor.
How appropriate is that?
It's always appropriate. It's an RPG. You can't have an RPG without a sewer.
Now, as for me, my feline companion, it's time we found out what Deepground is truly up to.
Oh no, I was warned about this on my last stream by forget who mentioned it, but there's a stealth level as Ketchi, or Kate Sith, as I used to refer to it as back in the day. Freaking Outlet Mall. You're not wrong. I'll just say that. See, I don't like my camera now. Go ahead, gone, screwed everything up. But yeah, PS2 games for the most part. If maybe you're not. And you haven't messed around with them in a while, but like you're talking God of War, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. This looks very Kingdom Hearts 2 to me. Shadow of the Colossus. There's a lot of gorgeous games on PS2. Yeah, that's the thing is, you know, I shouldn't give you crap for that, because I mean, I was on the same boat when I just got my PS2 for Christmas this last year, and sorry, I swear it'll be the last time I mess around with this. It just keeps on annoying me. But it was the last time that I picked up my PS2 for Christmas, and I didn't boot it up until like March. And I'll be honest, I was expecting everything to look like shit and be like, haha, it's a funny little throwback, but I've been having a blast with this thing. Things look way better than I remember them, or than I thought I would remember them for that matter. But games like Okami and stuff like that on this are gorgeous. I'm sure there's a lot of crappy looking shovelware more or less that exist on PS2, but for all the like proper games worth spending time with, not to mention, like I said, it's been a blast to play. It's a good time. Looks good, plays good, and I really enjoy the freaking controller, which I said a stream or two ago, because this thing is way more comfortable than the DualShock 4 or the DualSense has been for me, or even the Xbox 360 gamepad, or One or Series X, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm really enjoying playing with this thing, because it's incredibly just... I forget that I'm holding it a lot of the times. It's comfortable. I like these smooth little grooves on the back that kind of don't exist with games anymore, or controllers. It's good times. Modify. So instead of getting experience, I decided to get money. That way I can keep modifying my guns and whatnot. So let's see. So I can up the base model for my gun. Up the range. The medium goes up. Short goes up. I think I'll end up doing that. Hydra is the rifle, and then Griffin is the machine gun. Which that can go into 3 different directions. So start and I'll upgrade my primary. See, that'll up the power a bunch. I think I'll do that actually. And then Hydra. That's my sniper rifle. I really don't use that. So machine gun. See, high powered improves accuracy. Firing rate. And houses more ammunition. I really don't care about that, though. Let's see. We got normal barrel. Increase the range. Fuck it, why not? Historically, I feel like games take better care of you if you just silo yourself into one progression type versus trying to do a well-rounded jack of all trades. So we'll just keep building up that gun. Manor of Despair. 2006. Very emo. Yeah, and apparently there are these like hidden targets too throughout the game. So it saves when you shoot them. And someone's saying that there's like a secret ending if you shoot them all in all the levels. So I don't know if I have or not, but why not? Hey, they're from Final Fantasy.
Looks like I'm not the only one here.
No, because that'd make for a boring level, Vincent. I'm still switch my gun. Okay, or I'll just punch you. Yeah, but PS2 games are definitely... I think just being so used to HD, and then especially because I was playing SD games on an HD set, it really made games look pretty damn awful. Hell, even like lesser HD games. Like I was playing Demon Souls on PS3 on a 4K TV, and it looked incredibly bad. And that's technically an HD signal, so we just get spoiled over the years. Let's say I don't think I have a card key. Where did it go? I'm actually excited for next month. I have a bunch of Lord of the Ring games I plan on playing. Like, I'm actually kind of further along in this game than I thought I'd be. It was just going to be a goof and play it one time and then not bother with the game. But then I actually really got into it last stream. And, you know, I think we got through, or up to chapter 4 out of 10. So it's like, we're doing good damage. I might as well just keep going. And that's where I'm currently at. So I guess now I'm on level 5 out of 10. So I remember the last level, like 10 of 10, being a really quick, very active level. A rail shooter level. So when I do get there, it won't be a big deal. Oh. Ladder. God, this kills me too. I move so quick and agile through everything else, but ladder, I'm like, safety first, guys. One stair at a time. 3 points of contact. Gotta keep safety in mind when you're traversing through sewers with your gun as a vampire who's already been killed at least once. Just like Trinity. Alright, so let me... duck. 3 points of contact. You gotta love it. I mean, I can go all day long if we want to talk about safety tips, but I assume that we don't. What are you fighting with, Jesse, with your Oculus stuff? Curious. I thought that's all you just set it up and you're good to go. I mean, I've been using the Quest 2, so that's pretty much just like running a phone app, so I never have problems with that not being set up correctly. But I'm not sure if that's the same setup you have if you got something else going on. Oculus Link doesn't show up in the Quest 2 anymore, but it's been months. I have hooked up my Link to my Oculus. I had to... I don't remember exactly. I know I had to install, like, the app on my computer, and then whenever I had to update my Quest, and then once I updated it, whenever I connect it to the PC, it just automatically changes modes. Barrel busted. Man, I kind of want to play the freaking Scott Pilgrim game again. That's been on my mind. I played through it like maybe about a month ago on PS4. And I didn't want to completely play it from top to bottom because I did purchase it on Switch as part of the limited run games bundle. Like, they have a physical release along with this big ass box that plays music and stuff like that. So I have that coming, but realistically, with all the delays and everything, logistical delays from COVID, I don't expect that to exist until January, to be honest. So I'll be very stoked when I get that. But either way, so I did end up buying it digitally on PS4 as well because I had issues and it was on sale. I'm like, I want to play it now. So technically, I own it digitally on PS4 as well now. So I spent, I don't know, a good weekend running through it, and I think I cleared through it with 2 characters. And I probably could have kept going, but I didn't want to, well, run it out. You'll be okay. It you know, it degraded because of use. Honestly, dude, I don't even think that Breath of the Wild 2 is delayed because of COVID. I think that game just isn't finished. I mean, if you remember, Breath of the Wild 1 was supposed to originally come out in like 2014 or something like that. And then it got delayed, and then it finally came out in 2017 with Switch. So, I'm not sure if Breath of the Wild 2 is delayed because of COVID, or if it's just because Nintendo is gonna Nintendo. You should go on a hunger strike until they release Breath of the Wild 2. That's what you should do. Yeah, well, yes and no. It got delayed because it was ready to be released on Wii U, but then they're like, hold up, we have a new system coming out in a year, and we ain't got shit else to put out for it other than 1-2 Switch, which is the worst version of Mario or WarioWare I've ever played. That game is trash, not worth $60. We need some actual games to release. Let's hold on to the Zelda. So they did that, and they added, you know, they bumped up all the shrines as far as I know. Like, I think originally it was like 40 shrines, and then they just kept on adding to it because, you know, why not? We're waiting until we're finished with the Switch. So, which is probably the same thing now. They're probably waiting for the Switch Pro or the Switch 2 or whatever the hell comes next. You know, you're joking, but I'm pretty sure that the weapon degradation was a feature that was added later because they were still working on it constantly. So had it come out on the Wii U, it may have been a game that I would have enjoyed playing. Maybe. And I bought that game twice, and I'm like on my 3rd try of liking it right now, and I don't know why I try. Maybe I'll play it on stream, and then that'll get me into it or something, but, like, it just, I don't know. And I know I'm I'm not in the popular crowd when it comes to their Breath of the Wild experience, but yeah. Oh yeah, the Canadians absolutely love me. They love me as much as they love Joe Biden. Good old Uncle Joe. Tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Right. Where was I going? It kills me. I feel bad because I think I think Flynn may genuinely be annoyed with the fact that Biden exists and is being celebrated in any way, shape, or form. And you know, we poke fun, but I think he's constantly reminded that, oh fuck, this is actually a thing. Yeah, I worry about his blood pressure. That dude is wound up a little too tight when it comes to Biden. I mean, my thought is just the world's always been a miserable mess when it comes to politics, so I'm not going to get too caught up in it now. Like, whatever, I'm already disappointed with a lot of what's going on, but at the same time, like, is it really going to change anything if I start getting grumpy about it? What the hell am I even doing in these sewers? And, like, hold up. So, if anyone here has played the Final Fantasy VII Remake, this is like straight out of that. Like, there's an entire section going through sewers that look very similar to this, fighting Sahagins, just like I am currently. This game, this Final Fantasy VII, just can't let go of these sewers. Goddamn, Nomura must have just hung out in sewers as a kid all the time. The way Shigeru Miyamoto, the way how he hung out with, like, woods and stuff, and that's what led to the creation of Zelda. Fucking, we didn't know about it, but Nomura just freaking hung out in sewers as a freaking kid, and so everything else has led to this moment of him creating this game with his vampire character hanging out in the sewers. This game, what's happening in this? Teenage heartthrob, I guess hot tub, heartthrob. Vincent Valentine, whose name is literally Valentine, is just running around shooting people because he's a vampire and he's angsty with the world. So, like, this guy, just doing his job. Nope, don't care. I'm going to punch you to death and kick because you're doing your job. Like, he's just a beat cop doing his, you know, day-to-day routine, trying to put food on the table for his family, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to show up and just blast the shit out of you. Because that's what heroes do. I invade your bases, they belong to us, and I go shooty. So beyond that, what's happening is Evil Organization, which is a part of the other Evil Organization from the game, Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to use a limit breaker. It's a quick way to heal. So Deepground is another part of the organization that apparently we forgot to defeat before, and doesn't fall under Sephiroth, but is still super evil. Is doing evilly things. I just don't know what. And something about me is special. I've got some proto junk or something. I think it's my wolf nards. And I think it's making people jealous, so that's why I keep getting attacked. That's about the sum of what I'm getting from this game. So it might not be entirely accurate, but that's what it's telling me. And I'm teaming up with the WRO, not to be confused with the NWO, aka Hulk Hogan, Sting, Kevin Nash, and Razor Ramon, circa 2000. Conan, there's a couple other NWO members back in the day. But anyways, it's not those guys. There's no Odelay, Arriva La Raza, I think that was it. No Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Just me and this WRO and whatever the hell the World Restoration Order. Yeah, I should get some water. And they're trying to do good things, but then bad guys are doing bad things, and I'm in the middle. That's about the gist of it. If you want more than that, you're going to have to check the wiki. I'm not sure if you ever heard the expression, but a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun, and that's where I'm currently at. I don't think I want to be here anymore. I'm glad you're as confused as I am. That's why, dude, you should know by now, games are just shooty, shooty, bang, bang, good time. Anything more than that, and you're wasting your time. Except for apparently Control. Control apparently is an amazing game with stuff that's more than shooty, shooty, bang, bang. Like, I hear an elevator going ding, ding, but I'm not seeing what to do. Like, I'm starting to think if I might be in a warehouse simulator and I should be filing these crates away. I'm like half turned into Kamari. Well, it's a good time if you enjoy running around sewers, because that's the number one thing I hear everyone talk about what they enjoy in RPGs is, yeah, I love running around in sewers. Alright, I'm going to go out of here and see if I can check my map. The gameplay is miserable coming from a guy with 40,000 hours on Splatoon, where you run around shooting the floor with paint. Just saying. Glass houses, my friend. With the exception being that I am halfway through this game and it's been 4 hours. So, if I'm playing this... Okay, maybe this gameplay is miserable. There we go. Okay. Couldn't even drop down a hole. I don't even know what the point of that section was. I think I'm missing something. What is the point of life? Alright, so I activated some switch thing here. My map says to carry on. Keep on trucking. So I'm gonna keep on trucking. Go up. This isn't the same ladder, is it? I'm about to be... Hey, isn't this Metal Gear Solid 3? I've played this before. Alright, no it's not. Okay, what the hell do you want me to do, game? Speak to me. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Come on now. Yeah, I'm upset that they weren't singing to me a song via James Bond. Snake Eater, Goldfinger, same thing. Okay, so it looks like maybe there's stairs here or something? How do we get up there? Am I actually just supposed to be jumping up here? Snake Eater clone would be amazing. Are you sure about that? I mean, I've never played Snake Eater, but I have a feeling like it is... Kojima bullshit is very close to Nomura bullshit. Like, I don't think I'm crazy with that. Top 10 what? Top 10 games with Solid Snake in it? Yeah, I'm sure. What am I missing here? Clearly I need this to go down and open. What? My one weakness. Patience. Ugh. I can't just sit in front of an elevator when I'm a vampire running around with a 6-shooter, 3-shooter. Perfect design? Are you serious? Like, I don't mean to be... Yeah, I do mean to be weird, or facetious, or whatever, but like... Really? Snake Eater is perfect design, what every game should be? I started playing it on... Hang on one second, I'm gonna get something... I'm gonna get some water, so I will be right back, but hang on. Because I am out and it's hot. Alright, so I have, what is that called? 3DS, and I picked up the Metal Gear Solid 3 that they put on that. Yes, Goya, I know, it's very upsetting that we're talking about Kojima being Kojima now. So I picked it up and I started playing it because I was told that the 3DS version is actually the best version of Snake Eater to play. I think I spent about 45 minutes with it. About 30 of it was me watching intro cutscenes, and then 15 minutes of me being lost in the woods, crawling on the ground, trying to find my backpack. And then I think I might have found my backpack and decided that I don't know how anyone has ever played this. 3DS is the best controls, but yeah, but they also mentioned, like, I guess there's some part where I get my eye poked out or something like that, then the 3D function stops working. There's been some, like I said, control tweaks. Like I think they added the ability to duck or crawl or something like that. So there's all this different tweaks to it, but the camera doesn't make sense. Maybe that was my problem, but I genuinely tried, because I hear that game is amazing from more people than just you, and I don't know. I tried Metal Gear Solid V, or 5, whatever it is, and I think I got like 6 hours into that, and I was enjoying that a little bit. But then once again, like, PS5 was coming out, or I was getting a new TV, and I was like, oh, I'll just wait to play it on that. Is the 3DS not widescreen? I thought the top is widescreen. Or is it a wider screen game? Here, I just want you to remember that Vincent is with us always. That's a small widescreen. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still in my 3DS, and I do intend to play it, but problem is, whenever I grab my 3DS, I remember, oh, I have Theatrhythm. I'm just going to play this for another 10 hours. So I don't know. That's been my experience with that, and I do need to get back to playing it. But you're not wrong about this game being having opportunities. As an old adage at my work would say, view failures as opportunities, and there's a lot of opportunity going on here. So I was trying to bring it up last time. I was trying to remember other contemporary games at the time. So, like, Devil May Cry was a PS2 game. Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, I think, were all PS2 games. And I remember that being a hell of a lot better third-person shooter. So, I think this is really just Square not knowing how to do it. Giggity. So I think that was a big part of it. But I've definitely played worse games still. And, like, I've definitely played worse games. Not even just, like, RPGs, like, just flat out. There's a lot of bad games out there, and I've saw those through to the end. So I figured this is worth the time. I'm, like, I don't know if you're kidding or not, man, but I freaking hate that about Breath of the Wild. Like, I probably would enjoy that game if not for the weapons breaking. And I know it's supposed to add a something. I don't know what it's supposed to add, but it's supposed to add something. And I just can't with it. The breaking just takes me out every single time. Yeah, I don't know. I just gotta get over the fact that some games aren't for me. And that's gonna be one of them. Yeah, and that's what I was doing, but how is that the way to play a game? Like, hey, avoid half of the experience of the game. Like, how is that a reasonable request for the player? It doesn't make sense to me. Hey, I know you really want to get in and handle some stuff, but we're gonna need you to sneak around and pretend this is Metal Gear Solid, but not give you proper sneaking techniques. It's 1/10, yet there's entire buttons dedicated to managing weapons, an entire system to managing weapons, but you're telling me that combat is only 1/10 of the game, even though 3/4 of the game is designed around combat. Just saying. And you know what? If you can beat the bosses of that game without using combat, I would completely agree with you. But you can't. Like, it's not like... Or they pulled a Deus Ex where, you can use this for 3/4 of the game and just stealth around. But, for the record, when you get to, it's a trap! But end of the day, you still need combat in order to finish the game. Which means at some point, I need to get good at the combat. And boy, oh boy, was that combat very brutal for me. Like, I was actually pretty bad at the fighting that too. I always got confused with the controls. Not very intuitive. Gorgeous game. I love exploring in that game. Like, I think, exploring in Breath of the Wild is fantastic. I love finding new places, but I went around, I found all the tower thingies that like reveal the map, and then I was like jumping around and like climbing mountains, and I think I found like some 40 shrines or something like that. I conquered 2 of the divine beasts. So I put in a good effort the first time, but yeah, the exploration part is fun. But then you find these cool weapons, and they're like, hey, JK, don't use them until you're on a boss, or you're fighting one of those big, what are they, the centaur things that have lightnings or whatever.
Vincent
The
Valentine,
Galapagos, I forget what they're called.
I've been assigned your protection.
Yeah, the Lionels.
No.
Huh?
Lucrezia.
Why would they send his...
Excuse me?
Oh, I apologize. This is the first time I have ever met anyone from the Turks.
Yay! Hooray for VR, Jesse.
Lucrezia Crescent. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Valentine.
Perfunctory. No, the rest of it is training so you can fight the Lionels. So if you don't do the training, you're gonna get your ass beat. And then I ran into like named bosses when I was running around the map. It's okay to lose. That sounds like something a loser would say. I don't see. I guess that's the difference. Like, I don't like. Ugh, this is gonna be so annoying, isn't it? I don't think trial and error in games should involve death. I think that's poor game design when they do that. God, edgy. This game is something special. Now I'm a wily cat running around. This is amazing is what this is. This is little baby Ketchi running around to a dead end. Damn it. Go down. Okay, good, no fall damage. This is me being a little sneaker, sneaking around a sneaky. It's Metal Gear Solid 3 now. That's what it is. Sneak by the Deepground soldiers. Someone had to... Yeah, a lot of people reviewed it. I'm sure it did really well. Because this game is amazing. I'm actually going to finish this game, unlike Breath of the Wild. Oh, dude, a 7 is generous. Let's not kid ourselves. If this got a 7, it's because it says Final Fantasy on the box. It's the only reason. Oh my god, I think this is punishment because I told you I didn't like doing sneaking by enemies in Breath of the Wild. I think that's what this is. You know, I do wonder what reviews were for this game back in the day now that you're mentioning it. It's 7 at best. And even then, that's because someone slid some money under the table. What the fuck am I supposed to do? God damn it. What am I supposed to do here? There's 2 dudes. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hydrate while these fuckers shoot me to death. Must have been the wind. Go away, assholes. Yeah, I'm fucking done. What the fuck am I supposed to be doing?
I could probably make it in there.
I'm so confused. Like, why don't drones exist? What did I just do?
Maybe I can.
This game is amazing. Push. Oh, no one heard that explosion. Good for me. Push, push, Lady Lightning. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck, bro? I'm about to die. I don't have potions. And this dude apparently has supersonic hearing. So he knows exactly where I'm at all times. What do you think, Goya? Good game or bad game? You're just staring at me confused. Like, why the hell are you playing this game when you could be petting me? Cool. What the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? Yes! 1 HP. 1. Uno. Oh yeah, they kidnapped people earlier. I mentioned that, so. So that's me being the hero. Don't you love... What? Game over. You're right. What is happening? I don't understand. Yep, skip. Dude, do you not love games that make you wonder what the fuck is happening? Because that's literally the only reason I play games. Kingdom Hearts is not known for being coherent. I am only here for the what the fuck is happening. Although Goya does make it a little bit more difficult. He is screen guarding like a mofo right now. Yeah, that's bullshit. They should have gave it to me. I made it to the finish line. They should have let me be happy with it. Died when I hit the sewer cutscene. You're not wrong. That 1 HP is apparently not legit, which is part of it. Part of the reason why I was heartbroken. So I don't know what I was supposed to do with this part where I first got my shit wrecked. Because there's a dude to the left that I can't do anything about, and there's a dude to the right who I can't do anything about. Yeah, those two guys. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So you're gonna go left, you're gonna go right, I'm gonna follow you. I guess I could probably do that. Well, okay.
I could probably make it in there.
I probably could. God fucking damn it. Maybe I could.
Maybe I can.
What is going on in this game? God damn it, you stupid fucking cat. Alright, 198, so I should not be dead. We'll find out. This is some Japanese ass shit right now, though. This freaking little cat. Catchy. I have the weirdest case of deja vu, and I don't know why. Alright. Okay, that barrel's up there. Does that mean there's an enemy down there? Yep. Noise sounds like something from Halo. Alright, so I guess I'm waiting. Go. Yeah, I murdered someone. You know, the best part about that is I technically work for Shinra. They work for Shinra, so I'm murdering my coworkers right now. I don't know. People who don't care about safety, I'll tell you that. Dude, you worked at the same place that I currently work for. You know there's no such thing as order. People leave shit wherever they want to leave shit, and it is what it is. So you should not be surprised that people will just leave shit laying around like this. Yeah, you were orderly, but how many idiots did you work with that were not orderly? I mean, I have people that would cut their own hands on freaking box cutters somehow, so... Yeah, or tape guns. I know plenty of people who cut them freaking hands on those things. It's ridiculous.
What?
Oh, into a vat of acid.
Good gracious me!
Yes. What?
What in the blazes is growing down there?
Usher of souls,
What is happening?
my brother. Omega.
It's Nero the Sable! Oh dear!
I do have questions. And I believe, Paige, you have said it quite appropriately. What is happening? Like I said, good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun. Well, my problem with the lingering shot on the bear was I don't know if that was a bear from one of the kids that was inside the thing that the handy grabbed, or if that was after he killed me, Ketchi, I turned into the fake little Moogle thing. Like, I'm not entirely sure what just happened there. Good guy with a gun stops bad guy with a gun. This is all just Republican propaganda. Nope, now he's got COVID. Told you.
Lucrezia.
She's dead.
Vincent. Right? Have you come to check up on me?
Maybe. Or I just wanted to get a book, but you know, we can hang a bit too. Ooh, denied. Really hope I'm picking up a book on loneliness. Silly vampire. No.
Omega.
Her name is Lucrezia. Don't you see it right there on screen? Lucrezia Omega. Why would it be Aerith? Are you insane? Aerith is dead. Have you never played these games?
Soul rot of terror.
She got stabbed with a sword, Mal. Isn't that weird?
Quelling
impurity purging the stream, to beckon forth an ultimate fate. Behold mighty chaos, Omega's fire to the lofty heavens. I came
Oh,
across
she's a
this
poet.
passage while studying the scriptures of the ancients. The chronicles of yore. Omega. The end. Just as all other sentient beings. He too was born of a life stream. However, his only purpose is to cleanse the planet of all things living and lead their immortal souls through the abyssal ether to a new beginning, far, far beyond the never-ending sea of stars.
Scratchy, scratchy boy.
Just as life circulates through our planet, so too does our planet through the universe, or at least in theory.
Your
However,
fur's everywhere,
what I
boy.
can be certain of is, if Omega awakens, then all life as we know it will end. And when Omega has embarked on his journey to the cosmos, our planet will wither and die.
That sounds bad for us.
I will leave a copy of my records here for you, Vincent. Though I cannot imagine what help they might be, if any at all. Just remember.
Remember what?
I am so sorry.
For what? What'd you do? So you're probably wondering what's going on right now. And who Lucrezia is. Yeah, I don't know how you're doing VR right now, dude. With it's one of the reasons why I have not used VR in a month is because I can't do that plus heat. It's just not good. Because being collect the Omega report files. I feel like I just got everything I need to know about Omega. And yes, I see that IGN rated this a 7. I'm sure they praised it for being incredibly creative and nuanced and heartthrobby. They said it was a romp'em stomp'em action ride, thrill ride through the spooky world of Final Fantasy VII through the eyes of Vincent Valentine, part-time werewolf, full-time heartthrob, with the bronzest of boots. See, here's these damn little hidden things again. Thankfully, on a PS2, you can't really hide models. Everything sticks out like a sore thumb because they try really hard to render it. And when you have basically all walls and floors and ceilings are flat surfaces, objects tend to stick out very easily. Part-time canopy bed in disguise. Oh, yeah. He's something different. I don't even know where I'm going anymore. What's the point of all this? Alright, so that door is locked. This is the same... I just realized I'm not even a new level. This is literally... Like, they did an intermission for me to play the little cat guy. Cat she. And then now I'm back to... continuing the level. It's making me angry. It's making me hungry. Getting hangry. Morbo will destroy you! Puny human. I feel like RE environments. You're not wrong. Actually, I bet you if you check release dates, this is probably sometime around Resident Evil Dead Aim on PS2 as well. I feel like there's probably a lot of shared DNA as far as design goes. And I bet you, because there's no way Square internally developed all this game. They probably did reach out to some existing teams, developers in Japan to see if they can lend a hand with it. I mean, it's not that crazy of a thought for Square to work with people to make asinine things more asinine. So, like, I'm in the Shinra Mansion, and I'm all for artistic interpretation, but, like, this is a very established location in Final Fantasy VII. We're not talking about, like, a town where you can kind of embellish because, oh, we just didn't look over there. This is literally a building that you explore in Final Fantasy VII. It's not actually where you find Vincent to begin with. But yet somehow they're adding in, like, all these multiple rooms and there's a sewer system and, like, none of this exists. Oh, boy. I need to not be a fan of Final Fantasy VII to enjoy this. This game is for non-Final Fantasy fans. Cat, you got your fur all over me. It's already hot as it is. Alright, so try another one of those. Paige, I just now saw your comment about he doesn't put his arm down. Yes, he does. When I'm not firing my gun, it goes away. See? It's kind of, well, it's relaxed. How about that? How about the fact that I always have wind blowing on my cape? That's magnificent. There's no wind here right now. It's just doing its thing. My hair, no wind. The cape, completely alive. Bet you the cape has a backstory. Chakra. Maybe they'll give it a prequel. Maybe in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, they can give Vincent's cape an origin story DLC. I would buy that for $50. Where all I do is play as the cape. And it can kind of be like Aladdin, like the magic carpet. I'm fine with that. Oh yeah, I'm gathering Omega reports. But I don't know how many. Or how to access them once I have them. Like, do we really believe that Vincent knows how to operate a computer? As pointed out by Paige, he doesn't even know how to put his arm down. So, how is he going to type on a computer with his gun? With his elbow? A day at the Cape and Vincent, whatever goes to Cape Cod. Ay. Now that could be like Danganronpa. Oh look, potion machine. Rolling on the river. Man, bad joke is bad. No, trust me, my life is nothing but bad jokes, so I hear ya. Okay, I feel like my life is a circle. So this is where I came. I got some data files. I can't go in this room. I haven't even asked, how is the volume for everyone watching for the game, not me? Like I can see my levels just fine. I'm just not sure if the game is too quiet. If you want me to crank that funky music. Okay, good. So you actually have some of the music going and all the yeah. All right. Where am I going? So you can hear my audible sighs of frustration as I explore. Potion. Goya's tired of this shit too. Sorry, Goya. It's all just a fucking maze. So I went this way. This is where I shot that thing up top. I shot the enemy. I don't know if I went all the way through here, or it's just a big circle. Okay, so I definitely came here. Huh. Alright, let's see if the map helps. Go through here, go through here. So I went to the... Should I go in here? Yeah, that's where I just came from. Alright. So let me make sure this room is empty. Yep, nothing in here. Nothing up my sleeve, nothing in my hat. But I just made that cat disappear. Alright, so went in there, went in here. Nothing. Yeah, it's not turn-based. It's definitely action RPG. Which may have been odd at the time, but nowadays with Final Fantasy is all very much action RPGs now. Like Final Fantasy 15 was an action RPG, Final Fantasy 7 was an action RPG, Final Fantasy 12 technically was also an action RPG that you could use turn-based combat. I don't know where you want to put 13. I think that was officially like a return back to turn-based, but it was very timed. Hey now, Final Fantasy 12 was fantastic. It is probably one of my favorites. I really want to go back to 13. I actually just got it, I picked up an Xbox Series X, and that's, as much as I'm like trying to pawn it off on someone else because I don't need more distractions in my life, but at the same time I do need more distractions in my life. Currently I can't play Final Fantasy 13 because it was PS3, and PS3 games are not playable in any way, shape, or form on PS4 or PS5, so I don't have access to Final Fantasy 13 right now. So when I get my Series X, I can play Final Fantasy 13 again, which is going to be super nice because they also have a very shiny Xbox One X patch upgrade for it. And I guess just in general, like, everything looks good on Series S/X. Yeah, so that up-res, I do look forward to that because, and my one buddy, he lives in Denver, and he's talking, he loves the Lightning Saga, so all he's done is praise about how amazing it looks on Xbox Series X, so I do look forward to trying that out and getting my time back in with 13 because, what the fuck, that was... Oh, you mother... This is where Vincent came from. Why are you in my coffin, you bastard? Like, literally, this is the room where I originally met Vincent in. Back in Final Fantasy VII. So, the hell? The dude's living in my little coffin now. But anyways, yes, I do want to go back to Final Fantasy 13, give that a go. I do, like most people, I enjoy the hell out of the music. Originally, I played the game for, like, 2 hours, didn't care for it, quit, and then eventually played Theatrhythm, which had Final Fantasy 13 music, and the music and cutscenes for Final Fantasy 13 in that are what drove me back to play it again. And then when I played it, I was like, this is amazing. I love the story, I love the music, and I love the stupid melodrama. The only thing I did not care for when I went back to it was the summon fights. The fighting, or I forget what the Aeons or whatever the hell they're called in that one, but fighting the summons always had a gimmick, and the gimmick was always obnoxious for me. I never played Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. Like, I should say, I have... Defeat the mines. Shit. What are you talking about, the mines? Oh, I should not stand on it when I blow it up. Yeah, so Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. So I got it on Vita. There was a patch that lets you download a language patch. God damn it, Chris. So I did that, and then I started it up, but I didn't really get far. I think I got like 2 hours in, and then I decided I'd rather play it on a console, and then I just never did. So like, I kind of want to pick it up for Switch, so I can play it on that, because like I said, I was playing it on Vita before I stopped, and as much as I love my Vita, that thing has seen better days. So I'm ready to move on and play it on Switch, which is effectively my Vita 2. Especially because all I have is the Switch Lite. I do not have a proper Switch. God fucking damn it. Sorry, pardon my French or English. This game is so dark. I don't mean, well, yes, I do mean like tonally it is a dark game, like very broody and ooh, like David Boreanaz would be quite at home in this game. But more so what I was referring to is that visually it's very dark. It's hard for me to see sometimes what's going on. Okay, I guess he's... Oh, damn it, it's a jump. I didn't realize that. I'm gonna fucking die here. Down in this well of sorrow, this pit of despair. So World of Final Fantasy, what's good about that game? Because I did not get enough time with it to have any sort of a basis to even judge on. So, like, what's the what with that game? FF Pokemon. That's a weird mix. Ah, sorry, I got cat hair in my freaking eye. I forgot giving him rub downs that he's gonna shed all over with this heat, but yeah, I've heard that there's some good puns in that. And honestly, that's probably the only thing I've heard about it, in that you could like stack enemies on your head or something like that, or you stack enemies on each other's heads. I don't know. And like a long-term fan of Final Fantasy, I really have no excuse not to play that game. Other than I just, you know, you get busy with other games, or like, hey, let me replay this old 2006 video game that no one really cares about. Let me go ahead and boot that up and play that on stream instead of playing, you know, new games or interesting games that I have sitting in my backlog. You know, decisions like that. But part of the reason why I did want to replay this makes you more powerful in one. Cool. I like stacking enemies and getting more powerful. I like getting so powerful in games that I make the challenge obsolete. I've always enjoyed breaking a game, is what I refer to that as. You just find a loophole or some way to power up to the point of where challenges become irrelevant. I've always dug on those. I feel like I'm going backwards. I don't like this. Oh, this is this door. Okay, so I was going backwards. I forget where I was at, but yeah, World of Final Fantasy, so I do want to play that. Oh, the reason why I'm playing this now is because in the new Final Fantasy VII, the Yuffie DLC is tied heavily into this game, because it refers to the Deepground, which are the enemy forces I'm fighting in this. And not necessarily Shulk, the girl that I ran into, but the big dude with the gun, or Vise, is the head-like villain that pops up. So this game is tied to the Yuffie DLC for Final Fantasy VII Intermission is what her episode is called. So I'm excited to play through this again because all of this is very vague. Don't recall any of it, and I thought it'd be cool to remember it prior to going in and finishing that Yuffie mission. I played for about 2 or 3 hours, so I kind of got the gist of it, but I like the idea of going in and actually knowing what they're referencing and seeing how they remix it more or less, because all of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, they said that their goal is to include all of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, so that includes Advent Children, that includes Dirge of Cerberus, that includes Crisis Core, finding a way to loop all of that into the remake overall, so not necessarily the first episode that just came out, but you know, throughout episode 2 or whatever the hell they decide to call it, but continuing to incorporate the wider world of Final Fantasy VII. Alright, cool. Appreciate you dropping in, Jesse. It's always fun. Fun to hang out. Hopefully you enjoy your VR, and hopefully it's not too toasty for you. Where am I going? I'm going to this glass of water is what I'm doing. Alright, so where to now? Let's look at this map. Oh, I know exactly where I'm at. Like I said, this is a pre-built structure in Final Fantasy VII. So, like, this is... I thought that's what that winding chasm was, because Vincent's coffin was right at the bottom of that. So I figured that's where I was at, but they got all creative and they added all these extra places down in the lab that should not exist. So now I'm in the Nibelheim Manor proper. So here's the 2 bedrooms, and like that room that or the spiral staircase that it came up is supposed to actually be hidden behind a wall. Which, yeah, they did do proper. I didn't even notice because I came out of it, but yeah, normally that wall is shut and then you have to tap 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 and then it opens up. So that is this. And I should be able to go back here, turn left, and then go down the main hall. Yep. So then let me go down here, and then this is the safe. Let's see if they don't have the safe in here. That's a bummer. But this safe is where you get Cosmo Memory, which is what's his name? Red 13's final limit break. Instead, I just get Omega reports. So that's a bummer. So I guess they decided that, hey, now that someone's gone and picked the safe, we don't need it anymore. Anyways, alright, so that's cool. I do like that they kept the general layout of this place, though. So we've got the hall, and then we drop down. Ooh, I can see some enemies. These dudes are smoking me. Sorry about that. Got focused on it. Whenever I'm trying to like snipe in a game or excuse me, get really particular with shooting, it's usually a focus moment. Especially with these old SD games, because you don't got a whole lot to look at or target. Oh, what the hell? I came from up there. Where did you come from? Alright, well, handle that biz. You guys are done. Drop back down here. I'm a little bummed out that they don't have the enemies in here, the monsters that were in Final Fantasy VII, because there's some goofy ass monsters. Like there's this one dude that's hanging from a chain and swinging on a sickle, more or less. I remember fighting that dude a lot when I was in here. And then there's some ghosts that will like mute me and stuff like that. And looks like none of that's here anymore. It's a bummer. It'd be a cool little throwback to be able to see those in here. Like, that's one thing that the Final Fantasy VII Remake does a really good job of, is paying homage to everything that's came before it. So a lot of the villains, or the enemies, the things that you would fight randomly throughout Final Fantasy VII, make appearances in the remake in some really weird fashions. Like, not spoiling a ton. Hopefully at this point everyone's kind of seen it, because I remember got plenty of coverage with like the Hell House, which is just like a bonkers ass enemy in Final Fantasy VII when you're just running between the slums. It's literally a house that like eats you and then like fires rockets and stuff like that. They turned that into a whole ass boss fight in the freaking remake, which was fantastic. And it's not just like a 1-2 boss fight either. It's like a well-rounded, several stage, oh my god, I'm gonna die boss fight. That probably, at least for me, took about 20 minutes to work my way through. Which sounds crazy for a boss fight. Like, that would get exhausting, but I mean, the entire time you're like hanging on the edge of life, like, please God, don't let me die. So it actually kept fresh pretty well. Like, the entire time I was engaged. But man, if I would have died towards the end of that fight, like, I was pretty screwed over more than once. Had I have lost and had to redo all of that, I probably would have a very different attitude on that whole experience. I would not be thinking wonderfully about, oh yeah, the Hell House was amazing. Be like, F that, not doing that again, I hate that game, I'm not playing it ever again. This is a secret pass, yeah. Come on, you bastards. This does make me... I have been really enjoying the PS2, though. I do want to go back and play some more games, and I know it sounds crazy, but I'm like half considering playing Final Fantasy XII again on the PS2, which is just stupid considering it exists on Switch and PS4 and all that jazz. With all, you know, all the quality of life enhancements, and that might be what wins me over. It's just that I know that they've added a lot of layers to the newer versions. For example, like the Zodiac job system, where now it's like in the original, everyone could play every licensed board ever. So everyone effectively by the end of the game would max out, and they're all the exact same. With the Zodiac job, or the Zodiac edition, I forget what the technical name is, but it's the Final Mix Plus of Final Fantasy XII. But they made it so for each character, you can only pick 2 classes and work on those boards. And I don't remember if you can overlap or not, or if you have one person's a knight, if only that person can be a knight, or if you can have everyone be a knight. Let's see what's going on here. I don't think I can go back. I guess that's after I kill a boss or something. So I do want to experience those changes. Crucial game elements. No, I'm still running around the same mansion, gathering data tabs. That big green monster hand that stole the trolley car, Omega, I'm gathering floppy disks that have information about Omega. So, that's about it. I've been lost and running around the Shinra mansion for a minute. Enjoying that. But looks like it made it back just in time. Because it looks like we're at a boss fight! Hopefully you weren't out sneaking an extra 25 calories, Mr. Page. I have my eye on you. Let's be honest, if you missed any crucial elements, it's not like it would change anything. It's all confusion. Oh look, it's not Aerith again.
Well, we meet again.
2 loaves of bread or pieces of bread?
I so wanted to see you, my love.
Alright, next you're going to tell me that her clothing's impractical, that you can't wear giant steel boots like that.
What are they attempting to do with Omega?
I don't know. And to be
You're going to tell me her armor is clipping through her armor?
What?
But this is what Vice desires. Hail Vice.
Hell, Vise.
And what Vice orders, we do. It is very simple. If he desires the awakening of Omega, then that is what all of Deepground desires.
Why don't you get the accents? She's pseudo-Russian.
Comes to the planet.
She's pseudo cartoon Russian, I should say.
You are granted a chance to cleanse the world of all life.
Like,
Just
ah yes, it was Moose and Square.
excitement through my body.
Yeah, the cat is
Ground
not Scottish, Irish.
we were chained to a destiny.
So you were right.
But then 3 years
Do you like how she has her bottom cape that's kind of attached to her armor?
waiting for us was darkness lit only by the faint glow of Mako. And what do you think we did when we gained our freedom? We killed. That is how we were raised. That is all we knew. And so I bathed in the blood of 1,000 soldiers.
1,000? That seems very unhygienic.
I reveled in it. And when I finally stepped out of the abyss, I craved for more. You understand, right?
She doesn't care. She bathed in the blood of 1,000. Look at me.
I don't think so.
I don't do diplomacy. Did you notice his arm was down for a moment?
How can you say that, darling? We're one and the same.
Yep, shouldn't set the controller down. Yeah, so Ketchi the cat is Irish. It's actually based on Irish lore, the king of all cats. That's why he's got the little crown on. But he's a stuffed doll that is controlled via someone else. I assume I'm not supposed to touch those things. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And they are... What, you don't like Irish lore? Are you prejudiced against the Irish? Do you not like people with red hair? Like, what's going on here? I feel like we need to have a discussion. So, Final Fantasy is a game that likes to steal from other actual mythological or, not mythological, I guess mythological or, you know, different lore from different worlds, cultures, I should say. So, they appropriate the shit out of everything. So, Ketchi, the K, it's spelled C-A-I-T space S-I-T-H, which once again, C-A-I-T-S-I-T-H, pronounced Ketchi, is the king of all cats. So in Final Fantasy VII proper, you play as... Ketchi is the gentleman Reeve. Reeve is controlling the robot cat, who also, when he's not controlling it, has its own spirit. So it's almost like he's stealing its soul to control it for a minute. Stands on top of a giant white Moogle outfit. So the cat, being controlled by the man, yells instructions to the Moogle via a microphone to do action. So the big, you know, stuffed animal, which is stated as a stuffed animal, not like an animatronic, who is just animated, is controlled via this giant megaphone that the fake robot cat uses. It's a good time, man. You should play more games. You have no idea how close you are to that being accurate, Davey. Welcome for joining. But you are so close to being on the mark, and I don't even think you realized how close to the mark you are with that being an accurate statement. The themes slash enemies slash whatever in this game that exist is content that is currently being used in the Yuffie DLC for Final Fantasy VII. Like the villains that I'm encountering in this game, both the tiny little guys, the Deepground, the entire faction of Shinra, as well as the main bad guy Vice that is in the Yuffie DLC, all are in this game. So you're joining a bit late, but one of the things I was talking about, and apologies, I don't think Paige you were here for this either. part of the goal of Final Fantasy VII Remake is to incorporate all the content from the Final Fantasy VII compilation. So that includes Dirge of Cerberus, Advent Children, Crisis Core, Before Crisis, and I think that is that. So all of those games, content is being stripped from, rebuilt, and put into the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And at first I thought that was just crazy talk, because, like, what are you guys talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But then when the Yuffie DLC came out, then it's like, oh, that's what they're doing. Now I get it. And the same thing is, if you finish Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know that they have incorporated other elements of that as well. So yes, this is unannounced DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Congratulations. Your joke is the truth. I spent too much of my life playing Final Fantasy. Y'all need to have an intermission with me or something like that. This chick just jammed her hand into my chest.
I'm sorry. Were you not expecting that?
Oh, and Paige, I forgot, she's Russian because she's part of the group called the Sviets. Even though Russia does not exist in this game. But somehow they happen to exist. Russian words and Russian accents seem to align somehow. Bitch tore out my cosmos. Now I'm butt naked on the floor. I turned into the Diablos. Or Diabolos, I think is what it's technically called.
So, you cannot control the beast without this. Well, there will be no need for it when I'm done with you.
Yuffie! That's my girl! Did you snatch the materia back?
Wutai, flee!
Wutai!
If you manage to survive that wound, I'll make sure you don't survive the next one.
The next one.
But no matter.
I've got your cosmos. She's, talking to you, the viewer. Paige, how do you feel about that? Are you gonna talk back? A cosmos is all of space and eternity and time wrapped up into a little ball. It's like galaxies. It isn't actually called cosmos, sorry. I know in this game, in this world, that probably could be a thing, but I'm just being facetious. Files retrieved, mines deactivated, times... Oh, yeah, I totally got noticed. Because it's very convenient to hold things in balls. Duh. Have you not played a Pokemon game before? Do you not know you keep those furry little creatures in little balls? As well as, I don't know, coins? Do coins go in balls? I might be stretching it at this point. Hamsters. Yeah, see, there you go. Like Hamtaro. Hamtaro goes in a ball. What do I want to spend money on? So what does this do? This ups my speed? I don't know. I'm sure. PP. No, PP does not go in balls. Jesus Christ. I need to send you back to school. I dropped out of high school, and I know what's going on with that.
Is it true
Is it true?
that Lucrezia, that Dr. Crescent is to take part in this project?
Of course.
It's true.
She's Sephiroth's mother, by the way, Paige, if you're wondering who fake Aerith is. That's the lady who gave birth to Sephiroth. In the Final Fantasy lore,
Using your own child for an experiment?
they're explaining now.
I don't know what you're implying, but both of us are scientists. We know what we are doing. You are the last person to have any word in this. Now, leave us at once, boy.
But
But what? If you have something to say, say it.
are you sure this is what you really want?
Am I sure? Am I sure? If this only concerns me, then yes, I am sure.
Oh. I just... All I did was watch. I didn't even try to stop her. And then...
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Yeah, I had fun setting it up. I dig it. It's for PS2 games only. Right now, I'm using this layout for PC games. I think it was a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago.
and this...
I played a Final Fantasy Tactics homage on PC.
punishment.
The beta for it called Arcadian Atlas. That, for PC games, I'm going full screen, but with this, with the aspect ratio of the PS2 and everything, with that and stretching, it just doesn't make sense to go full screen with it. So it's like, let's have some fun with it. Throw a chat here, and you're watching TV with me while I'm playing these games. Vincent's slowly becoming a mutant, but not like the cool Professor X kind. Well, thank you. Dun, dun, dun. Goya likes it too. You can't see it, but he's been all over the stream up to this point, so.
I saw you again. It was the place we first met. But you were... No, I'm the one to blame. I couldn't stop you that day.
He really does. I'm just guesting on his Twitch.
Lucrezia.
God, they really do reuse a lot of themes and imagery in Final Fantasy, don't they?
I'm so sorry.
Because that her being in a crystal thing feels very Final Fantasy 13 to me as well. Because the whole story is about people turning into crystals, but specifically it starts with Sarah being wrapped in a crystal. And then throughout the series as it goes on, other people turn into crystals.
Morning.
So,
Where
you had your soul ripped out, Vincent.
were you?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Who are you? It's frickin' Yuffie,
I
you
am
idiot.
the champion of the earth and the sky.
How
I
dare
am
you?
The conqueror of evil. The single white rose of Wutai. Yuffie Kisaragi. Feast your eyes on.
So, where are we?
Come on, aren't you at least a little concerned?
Yuffie is always over the top. I love it.
It's been a while. How's your head?
chest. How's your head?
Hey! Take it easy. That was a big hole you had in your chest.
A hole in my chest.
I seriously thought you were a goner, but then the wound healed itself right up. You were always different, but I guess that's why you're still breathing.
Yuffie.
This technically predates
Me?
Chie.
I'm just helping out Reeve and his gang. I was poking around Nibelheim, and I found you looking all corpse-like in Shinra Manor. So I saved you.
Shinra Manor?
Imagine that. Me saving the great Vincent Valentine. Do I get any thanks?
Thanks, Yuffie.
No, whoa. I didn't mean for you to take me so seriously. Anyway, Reeve wanted us to contact him as soon as you woke up.
And like Yuffie is very, if you've ever played Final Fantasy X, very, very much like Riku.
Excellent.
Ah, that's
I have
appropriate.
some good news. Using you-know-who, I was able to infiltrate Midgar. However,
Paige,
what I saw was
I really hope you're fucking with me. Like how you know, are adamantly in support of Biden. I really hope you're toying with my emotions right now.
I should have known. We cannot let them sacrifice the lives of any more people. Once we've gathered our forces, we'll launch a full offensive.
Have you had any exposure to Final Fantasy at least? Like the movies or something?
Oh, I'm analyzing the data files you sent earlier. I should have results soon.
Fuck, I'm rethinking this whole you coming to visit bit, man. Like, if you don't know Final Fantasy, how do you even know me?
Going down, but it sounds big. I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on those Deepground punks. They've had their way long enough. Now it's time to give them a taste of pain a la Yuffie. Just give me 3 minutes with those guys. No, make it 2. Well, maybe 3. Or 4. Well, it really depends on how many there are, but I think if there was 5, I could probably take them in 2, or 2 in 5, or...
Yeah, Yuffie is amazing in all the games because she is just always the hyper. She's always the only person that is showing any emotion other than sorrow. Like, she actually has joy once in a while, which is nice. See, the trick is, Davey, you just never stop playing Final Fantasy VII. You just keep playing it, and then you'll be fine. So, Paige, do you not play RPGs, like, at all? Or do you just not like Final Fantasy? Because I'm concerned as a friend now. Because there's a lot to experience in the great world of RPGs. Specifically JRPGs. That I worry about your cultural well-being. Earthbound. No one played Earthbound.
Shulk,
Pokemon, Shin Megami, Monster Hunter, Xenoblade, maybe other stuff. Do you enjoy those games? Like the Shin Megami Tensei and Xenoblade specifically?
You were a fool to let your enemy live. Now I'm going to kill you and return to Deepground.
You dodged a bullet with that one,
I don't
Paige.
think so.
Earthbound is the stuff
I have
of
to admit,
nightmares.
I wasn't myself back there. Seeing you for the first time in 10 years left me in a spin. But I've had time to recover. And I'm not letting you get away. Not this time. There's no way I'm going to let you kill me. And there's no way I'm going to let you go back to Deepground.
I don't recall needing your permission to do anything.
And I don't remember you ever being able to win any of our fights. Do you? How about it? You want to try your luck?
Do I get to play as the one-armed lady? I would not recommend playing Nocturne right now, Paige, if you're excited for 5, because 5 is going to be fairly soon. And going back-to-back Shin Megami games is going to be very exhausting because they tend to have a lot of carry-through as far as like gameplay. Like Persona 4 to Persona 5 to Persona 3, there's not a ton of variation. Depressing and grinding. Grinding that's usually what I associate with Shin Megami games, but I also like grinding in video games though, so it's not a bad thing. Damn, who's the sniper? How can I hire them? Adult Pokemon. Adult Pokemon exists, and it's called Folklore, and it was on PS3, and it was amazing. If you like depressing, you should play some Final Fantasy games. There's some true nonsense. Undertale, I've never played that one still. I know everyone says it's like the greatest game ever, and you know it should have their children, but I don't know. Shit, the way people talk about it, you'd think it is. Goya.
They were waiting for Azul. Azul? His death was merely a prologue to the true terror.
Yeah, that made me very happy to see Ocarina of Time lose out to anything. That game is so very overrated. God damn, stop hitting your head, Yuffie. Hi, Goya. Please don't rub the PlayStation 2. It's a Zelda game. You go around to different dungeons saving people. Or one person, or multiple people, I forget. No, it's not essentially Link to the Past. It is a Link to the Past. It is like one-for-one Link to the Past done in 3D. Which is why when A Link Between Worlds came out, it was better than A Link to the Past. Or, sorry, Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past, for that matter. I was super dubious about A Link Between Worlds when it was coming out, because it started off as A Link to the Past 3D remake, and I was like, but I really wanted that. But then it's like, no, Link Between Worlds is freaking awesome, so... I'm calling it at that level because I'm quitting at 10 o'clock for the stream. And... Wow, okay, never mind. I just went through 2 chapters. I didn't realize that. So I went through Chapter 4 with the Assault on WRO. Chapter 5 going through this Shinra Manor and getting my heart ripped out. So I am on Chapter 6. Like I said, I think there's 10, so maybe on the next stream we'll put in some good damage and maybe we'll get close to the ending. So, here, let me just get rid of all this stuff, even though I love Yuffie. I'll drop it, because Goya wants to show up on the stream too anyways. So, on the, I plan on streaming again on Saturday from 7:30 till 10, which I guess I have up on the screen now. I might stream a little bit earlier as well, just because it's Saturday, depending on what I got going on, and making a dent into this game. I would like to wrap it on Saturday, so if you're interested in seeing the end of Dirge of Cerberus Crisis Core, come join me on Saturday. I will wrap this up. I might even, get a little ahead between now and then, just to make sure that I can wrap it up on Saturday night, because the final level, the Chapter 10 of that game, is fantastic. Well worth seeing. They're experiencing for the most part. So, strongly recommend, if you've enjoyed any of this, come join me on Saturday night so we can finish that up. Other than that, I appreciate everyone hanging out. I've got a couple more minutes. If anyone's got going anything else, like maybe we can push Paige to start playing some Final Fantasy games. That'd be nice. Final Fantasy X is where you should... No, you know what, Paige? You should start with Final Fantasy X-2 is where you should start. Kanji freaking loves that game, and for good reason. Oh, all Zelda games are very overrated. Yeah, I thought that was well established, Davey. I'm probably going to lose some friends over that. But yeah, Zelda games are highly overrated. They are fun. They're good. They're excellent for what they are. I don't know anything that... No, I lie. I was going to say I don't know any games that do Zelda better than Zelda, but that's not true because Okami exists, and that's better than Zelda. So, and that really out-Zeldas Zelda. And it looks a hell of a lot better. It's a lot more original. And then Breath of the Wild, everyone's like, I don't know, it is what it is with that. But, I mean, they're good games, I guess. They're just, you know, they're not the greatest games ever. I don't know if people just have a low bar or they just hate on Metroid because, let's be honest, Super Metroid is better than Ocarina of Time is. Just putting that out there. But somehow people always put Ocarina of Time over it. And I really don't know why. It really does. I didn't play Super Metroid until like 2014 or something like that. And when I played it, my mind was blown. Like, that a Super Nintendo game was this freaking good, and I've slept on it for that long. And the fact that my friends let me not play it for that long didn't tell me that I needed to. So yeah, I didn't know about the dash button. I didn't use the guide or anything. I was just playing through. So that game was fun. I really enjoyed it, and definitely enjoyed it more than, you know, a lot of other games. Which is just weird because it's from, what, 1995? So playing it 20 years later, and it's still better than a lot of games that are currently coming out. With the exception of Nier Automata, which is a fantastic game. GameCube Super Metroid. You mean Metroid Prime? I assume that's what you're talking about, Davey? I've never played any of the Metroid Prime games. And I know that's probably one of those things I should fix too. I thought I heard Metroid Prime 1 was amazing, 2 was, and then 3 was good again. But they haven't put it out on a system that I can play and enjoy it on, so don't know what to do about that. Like, I don't want to use the stupid motion controls, and they put out the Wii trilogy, and they all have the motion controls built in, and then for Wii U they put out the same trilogy once again with motion controls. So I would like to play it with the original, like, just GameCube controls again, which would be nice. You like 2 the most. That doesn't tell me anything because I don't know where you align on the chart of video games. Like, I don't know what your top 3 video games are or what you value in them, so. Apparently Snake Eater's up there. Splatoon might be up there, although you quit that one. Oh, 2 of the most. Yeah. Goya is upset because it is that time of day where I'm supposed to be ending the stream so he can go to bed because he's an old man. And he does not care for anything other than sleepy time right now. But we're not ready for bed now, are we? So, Goya believes that when he's ready for bed, that everyone needs to go to bed. So if you played Persona 5, and I've bitched about this before, everyone always says, why is the cat so annoying? Why does the cat keep on yelling at you, telling you to go to bed? That's just what black cats do. Because I have my tuxedo cat right now, or Coconut, she's wherever, she doesn't care. Black cats, though, they're like, no, bedtime. Get your ass in bed. So, I don't know what to do with it other than just grab his tail. Oh, cat. You are killing me, sir. Yeah, he's a good fluff. He seems mostly happy, so can't really complain. 14 years and he doesn't give me too much attitude. Does not harass me, does not bite me, does not claw me. He just loves wet food now, which is awesome. And he also likes going to bed on time because he's 14 years old and everything's got to be on a schedule. And if I'm late, so help me God, there will be hell to pay. Will race with older... Yeah, he does like that. He does like chases and races too. So usually that's fun. Or playing around with a feather or something like that. So he's a good fluff butt though. He's so good. Anyways. I really need to keep adding lists of games to play. Like apparently I need to play Snake Eater. I need to play Metroid Prime now. You're telling me that's a good game. Apparently Undertale's a good game. I don't know. It's almost like there's too many good games in the world. But why would I bother when I have this wonderful thing right here to play? Look at the mood. Do you feel the angst coming through the cover right there? Ah. And then my favorite part too is that they have this on the back. This image of everyone from Final Fantasy VII, despite the fact that they're not actually in this game. Like Yuffie is, Vincent is, none of the others are, but they felt like, hey, let's throw them on the back of the box too. So, trying to see if I can get it to focus on this and not me, but that's not going to happen. But good times. Play Splatoon with motion controls. I can't play Splatoon because I don't own a Switch anymore. Not a proper Switch. Not with, oh shit, no, never mind. It does work with the Switch Lite, doesn't it? Because I think that's what, I feel like Terrence, is always playing it with. So, I don't know, maybe I will play Splatoon at some point. I'm just waiting for the servers to go down because isn't, like, Splatoon 3 on its way or something like that? Is that why you quit playing Splatoon 2? Because Splatoon 3 is on its way? Or the better question is, are you planning on playing Splatoon 3? Because maybe you won't. Maybe you're just going to take it easy and go on with your life and decide that it's better without Squid Kids. Did you just say you like school? Ah, drive me insane. School is one of the weirdest things for me. Because I love learning, but I just hate school. So I'm not quite sure how that works, but it... Well, let's see, I like reading, being a top performer. Oh, okay. That is where we differ then. Reading, fine. Top performer, do not care. The pain. You really are a bit of a masochist, aren't you? Yeah, but the growth for what? To what ends? That's like progress for progress sake, man. You gotta have a reason for it. A reason to strive. That's why I played Splatoon for so long. Love pain. Alright, good night, Dave. Yeah, I'm about to end the stream as well. I appreciate everyone joining. It's been a good time. Like I said, on Saturday night, hopefully we'll go ahead and we'll wrap this game up. Come join me and we can see the ending. And other than that, take care. Appreciate you hanging out.